negative.
What do you think? How much AI is too much, if any at all?
Well, I think there's no such thing as too much AI as long as you say that you used AI. Like I've got this new term that I use, and it's called AI op-ed, and I'll put that when I do one of my op-eds because I'll tell ChatGPT, oh, I think this is, I'll look at one, these stupid posts that you get. No, well, not as stupid. They're well written, but it's, oh, so and so did this, and it gets worse or it gets better, and then bleh. So I take all that and I give it to ChatGPT and say, okay, fact check it. Any facts that aren't relevant or false, take them away. And I want you to rewrite the whole thing in a central tone of voice, partisan, non-left, non-right. And then you have to cite historical or political quotes that support the points that you make and go. And then I'll take that and and then write it as an op-ed, which is, basically way of saying a writer for a newspaper or magazine that is an opinion piece. It doesn't really represent the magazine like the New York Times. It's just one of their better writers. And he says, I'm just going to write op-eds because I'm really good at it. So that's what I'm asking ChatGPT to do, is to clarify something that's a little left or a little right and has emotional statements in it because they're trying to sensationalize it because they think that's good communication. So
yeah, you did this on a post of mine when we were talking about why Facebook can't share news, because it was because of Marc Gagnon dying, and then you were nice enough to explain to my friend using your op-ed thing, like, these are the points you need to hit and not sensationalize it or be like, those fucking guys in office. And then it actually really calmed down the conversation, like, really quickly, because Bob was using the facts. He was like, this is what's actually happening. And the guy was like, oh, thank you, Bob. And that was pretty much like the end of the back and forth as it was going, like,
so in terms of that, Bob using his AI op-ed, do you think that is Bob?
Yes.
I agree.
It is Bob. Like, I've known Bob for a long time, and I don't know if I can mention this, and you can tell me no, but Bob is a great speller. Just
I'm 100%. The best, man.
He's the best.
I've made words that nobody's ever seen before.
Exactly. So
good.
But I find that your op-ed pieces are still you. It's just structured in a way where you don't have to worry about
the
spelling and the grammar and stuff like that, and get it across as the intelligent person Bob is. So, people aren't judging him based upon there's a comma here or period. I do the same thing. I'm not good with fucking grammar.
Well, yeah, but when Bob does a prompt, even ChatGPT laughs just a little bit.
Hey, goes Bob again.
What are you talking about?
I think if I can just jump in about this, I think Bob's explanation of how he was able to take a post and look at it from nonpartisan ways and kind of manipulate what it is, the emotion and the intent behind it. I think that is what authenticity truly is. It is what impression you're trying to present to the world. And I think AI can allow us to actually be more authentic because we don't have any of those barriers that would necessarily keep the communication from flowing as easily as it should. So yeah, I mean, that's a great example. Who else would have thought to ask AI all the questions you did in order to get your intent out? Only you could do that. So I think that is a great example of authenticity.
And I think that's a continuum.
Go for it. No, it's okay.
I think it's a continuum where you put the authenticity. So Bob's prompts were authentic to Bob. His way of thinking was authentic to Bob. But the output is AI. It'd be like me saying to Andy Warhol, paint me some Campbell soup containers. Look at the art I've created. No, Andy Warhol did that. You come up with the idea. It's like an architect isn't a builder. He didn't put together, Gutzen didn't build the Opera House. It was built by builders, but he drew the thing that looks like orange segments. So to say, is it authentic? No, the creator of the prompts is creating an authentic representation of their idea as prompts. The output isn't authentically theirs. And Bob does that. Bob says it's an AI op-ed, not a Bob Garlick op-ed.
As a person that's coming from the video game industry, I'll tell you, no idea is ever original. It's always
no,
a
nothing.
twist or a take on something else in the entertainment industry. And that's why we're seeing so many sequels and stuff like that, because they're like, let's go to the well. Because it's nostalgia. We're in this period of nostalgia right now where nostalgia sells. Like there's still good stuff.
It's also a formula, right? It's a formula.
Yeah, but just because we've got this big opera house doesn't mean that person wasn't inspired by the Arc de Triomphe or the Notre Dame Cathedral or anything else like that.
Or the dishes.
Or the dishes or whatever.
It looks
You
a lot
have to
like
be.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be inspired still to come up with that. They're like, hey, you want to build an opera house? You're like, Google opera houses. Sure, that's great. But then you have to throw that extra stuff in there and people have to buy in.
Well,